Hello guys, it's NautoAce. I want to give my thoughts on Nintendo Switch Online recent announcement for, new games for the NES and the SNES. Surprise! I know. Well, if you've been following the Switch Online video game app, Netflix, let's just call it that, is that ever since the release of the SNES app, Nintendo stated that they're not gonna release the game monthly like they used to with the NES. Now it's whenever they're ready, whenever they feel like it, they'll release it. Well, I guess at least doing this, I don't think it's bad to some extent because they announced in the US 6 games. Yes, total of 6 games for both. Well, in total of the NES and the SNES. So what are those games? Well, for the NES is Road Journey to Silas. I heard it's a popular game by Sunsoft. And Crystallis, a action RPG from SNK. Yes, there's a Game Boy version, there's been a virtual console. And of course, it's on the SNK 40th Anniversary Collection. In the SNES, they have Super Punch-Out, Star Fox 2, yes, Star Fox 2, Kirby Superstar Saga, a bunch of like short games into one like compilation. There's also the better version of the DS. I have it. It was really fun. Better graphic. They add more stuff, but different story there. And the biggest one that a lot of people I think could be excited. Capcom's other JRPG, Breath of Fire 2. Yes, a little bit started by Breath of Fire 1. It is developed by Capcom, but outside of Japan, Square Enix published it because market reason, people might think, wait, Capcom's doing RPGs. Now, hey, you know what? They have no problem with it. Dragon Dogma. Of course, there have been other Breath of Fire games. 3, 4 on the PlayStation console. Dragon Quarter. But Breath of Fire 2 is one of the best Breath of Fire, in my opinion, for the 16-bit era. So the question is, what do I think about these games, what they offer for, well, in 2019 at least? And I say most of these games are good. Alright, so let's start with the NES. Okay, so Crystallis, an SNK action RPG. This has been in the anniversary for the Switch, Xbox, Steam, PS4. It also was in the Game Boy a long time ago. Yeah, and it's a fun game. I mean, it's no Legend of Zelda or Adventure Mana for the Game Boy. But for what it is fun. You get your value out of it if you're into those nostalgic RPG action type. And then Journey to Silas, never heard of it. I heard a lot of people said it's a good alternative action game like Contra, probably much easier. So I'm gonna try that one out and probably give my thoughts in the long run. But hey, maybe I can do a showcase about it in the long run. But so at least the games are not quote unquote meh or boring. So there you go for the NES. For the Super Nintendo, much better. Okay, right out of the bat, Star Fox 2. Yes, the history about this game, supposed to come out for the Super Nintendo a long time ago. Never happened. Development had some problem or they just stopped because they want to shift gear to the N64. Of course, this one came out for the SNES Mini. One at that time was the reason to get one because you get to play Star Fox 2. Now it's going to be on the SNES Online. There you go. And the Super Punch-Out. Come on, it's another fun Punch-Out game. A bit easier than Punch-Out for the NES, but it is still fun. It's based on the arcade version, but a bit easier. So, I mean, I recommended this one if you want some easy Punch-Out than the NES one. And then Kirby Superstar Deluxe. It's like short Kirby games into one. Again, if you play a lot of Kirby games, this is like no different. It's actually fun. And like I said, there's also one for the DS. It's called Ultra Deluxe. And boy, that was just like a big improvement with more games. They added like CG on it. But that's a different story there. And then last, Breath of Fire 2. It's a Capcom RPG. Much better than the first one. The story's a bit better. Gameplay mechanics, a bit improved. Difficulty spike, still questionable. But it's Capcom take on an RPG. You know, they're not Square Enix, but I mean the key to victory is level grind. That's really it. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I mean, really quick one for this video. Nothing much to say. If you're a fan of those games, or you're a fan of the 16-bit, 8-bit era, and you're feeling the nostalgic gameplays, there you go. Here it is. I mean, if you have the online, here's your chance. If not, they're $20 a year for now, but that's a different story there. So those are my thoughts. They're great. So with that, I'll see you guys later.